You got to look at the output, look at the results you're getting. So basically, if your life is working, that's great. But if there's some aspect of it that isn't, then go look at that. And for me, it was a friend of mine did this process where he said, "Are you an owner or a victim?" And I went, "Well, just talk about business. Good and bad things happen." Well, yeah, it's I decided to do business with these people, and so I will accept that's my responsibility. But when it came to relationships, I was happy to blame everyone else and go, "Oh, I've just been unlucky," and stuff like that. And then I caught myself doing it. Yeah. If someone else had said that to me, I'd go, no, let's see your part. You're saying it takes one to tango, are you? So that's how you do it. Is you go, if you are not in a functional relationship, or you repeat the same patterns again, you just happen to find the same sort of person who treats you in the same way, then I'd say it starts with you. It doesn't mean it's your fault. It's not your fault. It's your responsibility, right? So if your life is not the way you want it, it's not your fault, but it's definitely your responsibility to go change it.
Right. A lot of people are in the fear of losing a relationship. You talk about this in the book. How do you talk to people about that? Because, some people think I'll never get married again. I'll never find someone again. And so a lot of times, almost just that statement and that thought means you're willing to accept things that are maybe not ideal. How do people think about that?
Well, a lot of people, they don't. They literally settle for, second best, and they lead a mediocre life. And I feel sad for them because they've never dared to step outside their comfort zone. They're in a state of learned helplessness. There was, there's that story of the bear in Denver Zoo, that walked around 20 feet by 20 feet around the cage, and eventually one day they take the cage and because they built a whole enclosure with rocks and a waterfall and trees, and they put the cage down like that, and they take the cage away, and the bear still walks 20 feet by 20 feet, and the bear died. So, sadly. So what I say is risk is the currency of the gods, right? You need to step out of your comfort zone, but you don't have to do something stupid. You don't have to put yourself in harm's way. I'm not suggesting that. I remember lovely Anita Roddick said to me, "I've never met a really successful business person that takes risks. They take educated, calculated risks." And so, in the same way that you don't do your own brain surgery, if you want somebody to help you get over your self-sabotage, get an expert. And I've recorded a series of audio techniques and indeed a trance. The trance definitely will help you with that. But if I wanted to make a change in my life, I would find out who's the expert on this and go see them and say, either do it to me or teach me how to do it. I believe in, if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day, teach a man a fish, he eats for life. So this is very much a teach a person to fish.
And the trance, that sounds creepy. What happens in the trance? What's the plan? Are you trying to access my subconscious or something?
So, okay, I'll tell you how it works, bro. Right. So, say for example, you have a self-sabotage element, right?
How many of us have that?
I think a lot of people have it to some degree or another. So, part of you wants to get into a relationship. Part of you has been hurt. You don't want that to happen again. So, as soon as you find yourself falling for another person, you jump in and you sabotage and you make it all go wrong, and you do something stupid and you go, why the hell did I do that?
Right, because I want everyone to raise their hand if they've ever been in that relationship. Because we've all been going out with someone and everything seems like it's fine, and then they do something just crazy. Yeah. And you're like, what's wrong with you? I'm going to react horribly to this, and this doesn't seem like it's in your nature, and yet that's how you break up with them. We've all seen that, I think.
All right, so how that works is, remember the self-saboteur has a positive intent. Right? As all dysfunctional behaviors do. Okay. At some level, they've got a positive intent. So a phobia, I have an irrational fear when I see a dog or a dentist or getting on a plane. It's because once I had a bad experience with that. So the unconscious mind is trying to overprotect us by creating a massive fight or flight response. Okay. Now, when it comes to relationships and the self-sabotage, let's assume the self-sabotage part has a positive intent, but it can find other ways to keep you safe without turning you into an asshole and screwing the relationship up. So the best way to do that is go off into a trance, let a hypnotist like me talk to your subconscious mind, because I speak fluent subconscious, and ask it to make those changes, and I make it ecologically so that you keep all of your ability to protect yourself, but you don't overprotect yourself and sabotage your relationship.